just spent $20 on a hole saw, which is apparently not the right size for either of the lights I need to put in here. I kind of feel like I've reached a little bit of a boring point in the build from a content perspective, because between now and when I start building out the interior, it's just gonna be a bunch of random little tasks. Although I guess I do have one exciting update. Got a motor. I cut the motor well out of the transom just with the measurements that the plan specifies, even though the plans don't specify that motor, and it ended up fitting perfectly, so that's a relief. It's just sitting there right now. It's not hooked up to anything. I guess maybe I could start trying to figure out some of that today. The plan is to have the, I don't know, what do you call it, a cockpit in the front of the boat? You know, just like normal, and have this guy control the steering, and then I have a remote throttle here too. But I don't even have like the dashboard built. If a test launch happens in the next little bit, I'm just assuming there's no way that I have that built and done by then, but I need to figure out how the steering and the throttle work, just so I can at least control the boat while we do the test launch if we do. Okay. Honestly, I should probably just take this owner's manual inside with me tonight and just read the whole thing. I think I'm gonna do that. Still a lot to learn here. Dang it. Ugh. A lot of questions over the past few months about the less exciting behind the scenes details of the boat. What kind of motor is it gonna have? Is there gonna be a bathroom, electricity, etc., etc. And I'm finally getting far enough along in the build to start making final decisions on all that stuff. When I built the bus, in many ways I kind of went all out, put together an off-grid solar setup and all that. But with the boat, my plan is to keep things much more simple. That's partly because I don't plan to live in the boat full time, and partly just because living in the bus gave me a better sense of what things are actually essential for having a comfortable time and what's just a little bit over the top and unnecessary. When it comes to power, I'm not planning to install a full system like I did in the bus, at least not to start out. My plan for the boat is to just use this power station to power the few electronic things that I'll have on board. This is the Dabbsson DBS1400Pro, and it's one of the fastest charging power stations out there. So the quick charging time is a real benefit, not just for me on my little houseboat, but for anybody who's looking for a power station to use on a job site, a home backup, camping, or even just a good old-fashioned road trip or picnic. The DBS1400Pro has a lithium-ion battery with a 1382 watt-hour capacity, and if that means nothing to you, that's a lot. That's over half of what I had in the battery bank in my bus. It's the same type of battery used in electric cars. It has 30% higher energy density, built-in protection against voltage fluctuations, overloads, extreme temperatures, and it's certified for safety and reliability, even in extreme conditions. It's been tested at temperatures between 32 and 104 degrees Fahrenheit to ensure reliable performance and a 15-year lifespan. I'm gonna be hard-pressed to find an appliance that isn't compatible with this thing. We've got AC, USB, regular and C, the car plug-in thing, DRV kind, these ones here. Basically, whatever you've got, your bases are covered with this guy. And if all of that wasn't already convincing enough, there's also some cool bonus features like a mobile app that I can use to monitor and control this power station. Solar charging, expandable battery capacity, and it's got handles so I can lug it around if I need to. Well, I don't know about you guys, but I fully convinced myself that with this in the boat, I'm probably never gonna have any reason to switch over to a built-in system. So if you've been in the market or are at all interested in something like this, I encourage you to click the link in my description. You can support my channel and learn more about this product. Thank you for listening, and thank you to Dabbsson for sponsoring this video. My sander's been acting up and I haven't been able to get anything done because every task I want to do, something needs to get sanded first, and then I'm like, oh, gotta fix the sander, I'll do that later. I fixed it and I think it worked. So now I can do all the things.
You whisper gently to the silent trees. I won't forget. You know the secrets of the late night breeze. It's all pretend. Don't you worry now. Don't you worry now, my love. Your day was rough, an easy slip and then you're out the door. You had enough, these
wanted to have these done before I take this on the highway to launch it. I guess that it helps the whole thing be stronger. Also they look pretty cute, huh? I read the manuals for the engine last night, cover to cover, and I watched a couple of YouTube videos. And I think I have somewhat of an idea of what I need to do with my throttle and transmission cables. Steering, not as much so, but with most stuff I'm trying to do that I don't know how to do, I find that I learn a lot faster by just starting than trying to understand completely beforehand. So I think I'm gonna start routing these through where they need to go in the boat, see if they're long enough, and just sort of making a plan for what's next, I guess. Okay, so driver's seat's gonna be here, steering wheel's here, the throttle thing somewhere around here. I think this end goes up here. So that's there. And this needs to come back through here. And then I guess it'll go through this back area, and I'll have to cut another hole in the motor well. That seems right, huh? Okay. Okay, so it looks like I have plenty of slack for that. Excellent. As you can see, the motor still needs to be permanently mounted. I'm gonna have to drill some holes, I guess maybe here, for the cables. After watching the videos of how everything gets set up, I actually don't think it really makes sense to try to temporarily jerry-rig the controls just for the sake of the launch, which means that probably what I need to do is start building the dash. There really is still a lot that needs to be done before this launch can happen, huh? Okay, dash. This is incredibly boring, isn't it? I am starting to think that it might not be in anyone's best interest for me to continue filming this stuff. It's making me want to hurry through all the boring stuff, and probably I should try to do this stuff right. I don't know. I'm talking through this as I think it, so no definite plans have been made, but I think maybe what makes the most sense is a little bit of a break from videos until I get through all this tedious stuff. So don't be surprised if you don't see me for a couple weeks. But also, I guess don't be surprised if you see me next week, because I don't know what I'm doing. Anyway. Until whenever, I guess.